Okay, back with the gloves. In the previous video I showed you how to cut a piece of latex off the glove, because some people like shorter gloves. But others maybe want just to add a little piece of latex. So not cut it off, but just add it. So this one we cut off. I showed you in the previous video. It goes away. And now you're going to glue an extra piece of latex on the glove. Why? Because it's possible. And why? Because it's just fun. So what you need? Well, obviously the glove. A piece of latex, preferable in the same thickness of your glove. The gloves I sell is 0.4, so this latex also 0.4, but you can use any thickness you like. Maybe you like a thin latex or a thick, whatever you like, you choose. You need, obviously, glue. Yes, latex repair glue. Yeah, can you see it? Yes, yes, yes. www.latexrepair.nl, you can buy it. Your rotary cutter, a pressure roller, doesn't matter what type. This is a really sturdy one, but any roller is okay. A ruler. This time I use a transparent ruler. Also a special ruler. There's also a metallic strip in it, especially for your rotary cutter. A brush or spatula. I'm old school, I like brushes. I hate plastic spatulas, but whatever you like. A pen. And tape, a small cutting mat or a large one, a little cloth for your thinner and thinner. I use just thinner from we call it Karwei, Gamma, Hornbach, just your Home Depot shop, bricolage en français, bouwmarkt. Just buy the cheapest brand you can find. Mostly it's about 6-7 euros per liter, and you also have like this. This is 2.5 liters, so it's about 20 euro, sometimes cheaper. And a piece of paper, because you're going to make a pattern. A pattern, yes, you need to make a pattern. Let's start. I will switch the camera again, so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, your cutting mat. Your glove. See, this is the glove. And we start making a small pattern. You place it like this. And as you can see, well, maybe it's a little bit difficult to show on camera, but here is small. And it's getting wider and wider and wider, because that's the shape of your arm, of course. So the best thing, to follow this line and to follow this line. Because if you make it equal like this, it will be very narrow. But maybe that's what you want. If you have your upper arm is smaller than your underarm, yes, then you can make this equal or even like this, whatever you like. For this video, I will just make it follow this line, and I follow this line. First, I place my ruler and I just draw the line, so I know my starting point. And you turn it. And you just go like this. And here on the other side as well. Okay, so this is glove. And this is extra. And now you're going to decide how long you want it. Maybe just a small trim like this, or maybe you want it larger. Well, I want it larger. Why? Well, I don't know. I just like it larger. And of course, it needs to be equal. So you can follow the lines of your cutting mat again. So make sure the line is here. This is straight, like this. This line is this line, and you can see it follows here. So you don't have to measure it. Follow the lines of your cutting mat. So I follow this line and I follow this line. And then you draw the line like that. Then this is your pattern. Well, not completely, because it's all the way around, of course. And since it's a really beginner videos, I will show you just step by step. Don't make it too complicated. So you need this twice on one paper. I will show you. Okay, and as you can see, it's not straight. And that's because the basic shape we used has this shape. So small and large. So you cannot, for example, if this was your, maybe you wanted just maybe you wanted a pattern just like this. And then you thought, okay, this is okay. But then it's just straight. And we just decided to follow this line to make it wider. So then you get this shape of pattern. You cut it out, plus you cut an extra piece, because you need here for the glue. I do around 1 centimeters. And here you can see why these kind of rulers are very handy to have with your tools. Some people say, yeah, it's plastic, it's a kid's toy. It's not a kid's toy. Of course, this is the one for the rotary cutter with the metallic strip in it. But there are measurements. The squares and the lines is 1/2 centimeter. So 2 little blocks is 1 centimeter. So if you want like a seam of 1 centimeter, you don't have to measure it. Just look at the lines, put it down, and just draw your line. And then it's equal 1 centimeter everywhere. Okay, you cut it out. Glue, like this, and here it goes on there. You can decide yourself if you want it in the glove, you want a piece of latex in, or you want a piece of latex piece out. Just what you like best. I put it out. Okay, so now you're going to cut this from latex. You take a piece of latex. And again, I'm old school. If you work with fabric, you know you use pins, if you're old school. On YouTube, I see a lot of people that just put something heavy on it. It's also possible. But I just like to make sure it doesn't shift. And I just put, these are my pins. These are just to make sure it's not shifting. And then you draw the lines again. And then you cut it with your rotary cutter. Okay. Then you take your glove. And then you have to decide where do you want to have the seam. Do you want it on top? So on the outside, like this. So this is your hand and you want it like this. Or maybe you want it in the inside. So this is your thumb. And you want it on the inside. It doesn't matter, whatever you like. And since thinner is cleaning everything, so also your lines will go away if you use thinner. So best to use an old mat, or in my case I just turn it around, there are no lines. Clean this. So with a thinner, you're removing the talcum powder, the dirt, whatever. And as you can see, it starts to curl, and that is correct because a thinner is like a solvent. So I don't know in English, the stuff in thinner needs to go out, it evaporates. So it curls because the latex expands. As soon as the thinner is gone, the latex will go back in its own shape. And don't pet it. It's not a baby. It's latex. With a baby, you like this, you know. Oh, nice, cutie, cutie. Oh, blah 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 blah. Really soft. But latex is like this. You press it. Think of it like a sandpaper when you're using. Think of a piece of sandpaper which you use to repair your bicycle tire. This is your sandpaper. Okay, now you have to wait till it's dry. And as you see, well, I used a lot of thinner. Here you can see how much it curled. There's really no problem. Just leave it, it will come back. Don't start to blow, because if you blow, there is moist, your glue won't stick. And don't worry about your hands. Your hands are fat-free as well because of the thinner. If you don't like it, because I don't wear gloves, do bare hands, but it's not healthy, the stuff. It gets in your blood veins, I don't know. It gets in your blood, and you can wear gloves. But if you wear gloves, of course, it solves it. So you need a lot of gloves for this. As you can see, while I'm talking, it's getting flatter and flatter. This also depends how much temperature your room is. So if it's like really hot, like a sauna, it's going faster than if you're on the North Pole, where it's cold. So depending on where you're working, your humidity and the temperature in your room, it goes faster or slower. The colder the room temperature is, the slower this process is, and the warmer it is, the faster it goes. Well, as you can see, it's almost back. And you really have to wait. If you don't wait, if you think you're in a hurry, rush, and you want to glue already, then the process is still going on. The latex still wants to go in its own shape. If you put glue on it, then it really looks like, let's call it homework. Like really do it yourself. And that's what you don't want people to notice, that it's do it yourself, of course. Okay, well, we have to wait a little bit more. You can do it like this a little bit, but just seconds. It doesn't speed up the whole process. Okay, for the seam, we make a really small seam. Not like this, because if it's too large. So like say a ½ centimeter is more than enough. If you are a pro, you can just glue it on. If you are a beginner, just use the tape. And this is the top side, so the thumb is under, so this is the top. And this is about ½ centimeter. Something like this. Don't press it too hard, because the tape will otherwise be very sticky to the latex. And of course, there is no need to do this, but if you're a beginner, this can just be handy. So this is the middle, and you want also the middle of this piece of latex, because you want it like this. So you can mark it if you want. Just fold it double. Fold it double. Put a really small mark here. And this also needs to be in the middle. So this is the middle. And this is the middle. As you can see, this is the shiny side. So the shiny side goes there. This is the shiny side, and this is the dull side. So you want glue on the dull side. unless you want this shiny and this dull. Again, it's your glove, do whatever you like. Glue. I always put a piece of paper beneath it. If you're a pro, you can just glue this all the way, and in one time you glue it all around. But I think some people are beginners and we just glue like this. The glue, I just use a brush, just a regular brush, small one. About the same size. So equal, a little bit more than this. That's it. Put always de dopje weer erop. Then you just wait. This side as well, of course. And if there is too much glue, you go over it 2 times. You can also do it with your finger a little bit. But don't go like this and like this and like this and like this. Don't start painting. And again, the time, how long you have to wait, depends on your room temperature. Take it out sometimes to make sure it doesn't stick to your cutting mat in your paper. Waiting. Okay, when you think it's dry enough and you can test it, it's sticky, but it's not taking up the latex. And of course you can see it's flat. Well, you put your mark. Well, this is very easy, of course. You put your mark here. You leave this here, lying here. And just slowly. And this side, well, it fell already a little bit. That's okay. Take off the piece of tape, if you had tape. Take your roller. I always like to use a piece of paper. This is a little bit of sticker paper, shiny paper. But you can also use a little bit of talcum powder if needed. You only use that if there is a lot of glue and the glue sticks on here. Otherwise the roller will take the latex with them, so you don't want that. Okay, so this one is okay. Now you turn it around. And of course, exactly the same. This goes here, this goes there, or there, whatever you like. You can like this, like this, like this. If you want a piece of paper, put it inside. As you can see, it goes there. Thinner. And here the thinner on this side, because it goes like that. And then you have to wait again. So when the thinner is gone or evaporated, you can take a piece of tape again or not, whatever you like, just to make sure that you know where to glue. Like this. Back to the glue. This piece. Same here. And here like this. And this piece on the outside. You see why this is the paper? And now I have to wait again. Because with the glue it's also curling, as you know, because there's also thinners in it. They want to go out, then they start curling again. The surface is coming bigger and bigger. So we have to wait again. Okay, if you think the glue is dry enough, test it with your fingers to make sure and you can see it already, it's flat again. Just follow your tape. Don't pull, don't push. Just let it go naturally. As you can see, or I cut it not okay, or I just pulled it, I don't know. And then you just have an extra piece of latex on your glove. And as you can see, it's following the lines, so it's wider than this. And with your pen, your marks on your pen, maybe this your cloth maybe is a little bit wet from the thinner, just remove it like this. Same if there is some some glue maybe on the outside, just remove the glue a little bit like this. And this little thing, cut it. Use your ruler. The only thing in life, what is straight is your ruler. Very simple. And now it's off. Okay, so now you know how to cut off a piece of latex from your glove and add a piece of latex on a glove. And this is just a simple piece of latex. But even simple like this, remember, always make a pattern. How small it is, just make a pattern. It's almost like 5, maybe 10 minutes longer of your time, but the result is much better than if you do it just like eyeballing. So, I like this. That's it. Bye bye. See you in the next one. Toodaloo.